I need the jiggles out. Okay, I'm ready. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is our first video. We'll be doing a Q&A about being young parents. I went on my Instagram and I asked some people to ask us questions and we'll be answering them on here. So I'm Sophia.
I'm Levi.
And our daughter Cove is sleeping right now, so she won't be in the video. But I'm 19.
I'm also 19, turning 20 on April 8th, coming up quick.
So our first question is, do you want more kids?
I prefer 2 more.
Yeah, me too. What were your first thoughts when you found out you're having a kid?
A lot of emotions kicked in. I was in Europe at the time, traveling 3 months after school, so it was pretty quick right after school, getting hit with that news. So yeah, first thing was like, how am I gonna get home? I need to get a job, all that sort of stuff, because you're not just looking after yourself anymore, you got a full-blown family, you know? So yeah, I went home 2 days later after finding that news, but yeah, I was pretty damn excited at the same time.
Yeah, I was excited mostly, but scared because I was alone when I found out, but I was mostly just excited because this is what we wanted for the most part. Whether it's an hour later, it would have been a bit better if we were a bit older, but it's fine, we're happy, and it's what we wanted in life, I guess. So yeah, how did you find out you were pregnant? I kind of just had the feeling like something was off, and I don't know, I just kind of knew. Like, I didn't know, but I just kind of had a feeling, yeah. But
yeah, it was funny, right before we went on that trip though, the last question my brother was asked, he said, who's gonna be the first one in the family to get pregnant? And me and Sophia kind of looked at each other and both had like this feeling it was just gonna be us. So it was kind of quite a
ironic. So what's your experience been so far as a parent? What's the hardest part and best parts?
Hardest part for me is kind of being away from them, because I work 40 hours a week, so it's, you know, being 19, first time ever needing to work 40 hours a week and being away from your new family, it's challenging. You're missing out on quite a few things, so yeah, it's probably the most challenging part.
What about best part?
Best part, just seeing her grow up. She's growing up very quick. It's already been 10 and a half months almost.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And yeah, it flew by. It's insane. I
think the hardest part for me is just trying to keep up with her and being so tired. I don't know. I just feel tired a lot of the time, and it's hard to be constantly chasing after her since she's always crawling and running all over the place. Well, not running yet, but moving everywhere. But the best part's probably just seeing her every day and how she improves on things and her learning new stuff, and it's fun to see her be able to grow up. And how'd you come up with Cove's name? So it was probably, well, we didn't know her gender yet, but we kind of knew if it was a girl we wanted to name her Cove. We just kind of heard the name and we both were like, well, that's pretty cool, unique name, and it just kind of stuck. And yeah, no other name, like it felt like her name as soon as we heard it, kind of, right?
Yeah, we stole it from a YouTuber though.
Which most people probably know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just, I don't know, it's a really cool name. I like it. You don't really hear it, so.
Yeah, it's only been registered 56 times in the world, so it's pretty unique.
Yeah. I guess that kind of answers that. We didn't really have any other names. we considered a couple, but none of them really felt like her name. Cove kind of just stuck and nothing else really. Are there any pros or cons about being a parent so young?
Cons would be just getting used to everything so quick.
Yeah, having to grow up super fast.
Yeah.
Now we literally went from like high school partying and stuff to having to be like a parent and working and stuff.
Yeah.
Pros. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of pros. I feel like there's more pros than cons.
Definitely.
But yeah, starting out young, I mean, the younger you start, you'll have more time on the other end of life for us to do stuff together, and we can have our children that will be older to do stuff with. It'll be more fun.
Yeah.
What was your biggest fear about having a child?
Probably just judgment.
Yeah.
Gotta, from a Christian household, so a lot of judgment there in certain places, and yeah, I don't know, a lot of judgment, I guess.
Yeah, you're just scared what other people would think of us. But everyone's been really supportive and stuff.
Yeah. You also, in those circumstances, you find out like the people who really love you and the people who want.
How do we tell our families and how they react? So I told my mom first because I found out, and then I just went to bed so I could just sleep it off a little bit, not be so emotional, I guess. So I told my mom the next morning, and ironically she was watching Teen Mom at that time, which is weird because she doesn't watch that show ever. But yeah, she was super supportive, and she just hugged me and told me whatever we do, she'll love us no matter what. And then I was kind of scared to tell my dad, but I told him over the phone while he was in California. And at first he seemed really worried because I was like a little bit upset on the phone. He thought something was really wrong with me, like I had a disease or something. But when I told him, he was super happy, and he's always been really happy and supportive for us. But yeah, your parents?
Yeah, it was pretty nerve-wracking telling my parents. We sat outside my mom's room for like 30 minutes while my dad was at work.
We were just so scared.
Yeah, and then eventually she was like, "Are you guys outside my room? What's going on?" And then we told her, and
we just sat there in the dark for like 15 minutes.
But no, she was just like, "Yeah, you guys gotta go to school and gotta get a job and everything like that." And then my mom actually told my dad when he got home from work that night, because she was crying on the couch, and he was like, "What's wrong?" And it was kind of the same situation as Sophia, where he was like really nervous because she's kind of had like some cancer issues where we thought she had cancer, and he thought that was the same situation with her. And then when my mom told my dad, he was like, "Oh, that's a relief." He didn't really say anything but that, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah, he kind of said, like, he knew it was going to happen sooner or later, I guess. But, yeah. And then we told all his brothers, and they kind of just found it funny.
Oh, yeah. Zach was funny.
Yeah, he thought your mom was pregnant.
Oh, yeah, Zach. My brother Zach was like, "Bobby, are you pregnant?" And then she was like, "No." And then he's like, "Elijah and Alexa are having a baby, aren't they?"
Yeah,
and then he just looks at me, and then he starts like, I like was smiling, and then he starts laughing. He's like, "No, there's no way."
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So, were you nervous to give birth? I mean, I guess, yeah, it was my first time. I didn't really know what to expect. I always watched like the birth vlogs. I guess I kind of freaked myself out with other people's of how bad it can be. But yeah, I just kind of tried to stay calm through it all. And I'm pretty bad with needles, so I was kind of scared. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be at all. I just have to take it as it comes, I guess. And it's a great outcome when the baby's there and she she's healthy, and I was fine too. Things about childbirth you wish you would have known. For me, probably how much of a lifesaver the epidural was. I probably wouldn't have done very well at all. Because when I got it, I was like 10 centimeters, so I was already pretty much in the worst of the contractions, yeah. So I went through like all of that, and that was pretty horrible. I couldn't last much longer doing that, but the epidural was a lifesaver. But
for me, I know it's like very small on the scale, but I slept on a bed that was like
it wasn't a bed.
Yeah, no, it was a couch.
It was a bench.
Not even. It was a bench.
Yeah.
And my legs were hanging off. They didn't give me any blankets or pillows. I know it's like she just gave birth to a baby. I shouldn't be whining about that, but yeah. So if you're ever having a kid, bring a blanket and pillow.
Yeah, for both of you, definitely. Yeah. I did for myself, and
yeah, I've even laid with Sophia and Cove on her bed, and then the doctor came and a nurse, and they got mad at me, so I needed to go back on my little stool.
Yeah, I think they were doing tests or something, so they need to get off. But what's something about having a child you did not expect? Okay. I don't know. How rewarding it is, I guess.
Yeah. It's pretty tiring.
Yeah, that's
the older the baby gets, the more tiring it gets, because they start walking and crawling and yelling and all
screaming.
Like that. Yeah. But no, altogether, it's not bad.
It's pretty cute. She always yells "Dada" whenever she sees you. She's definitely a daddy's girl, 100%. Okay. How did we meet?
Met at a party.
Well, we went to the same high school, but we never really talked until
grade 12.
Yeah, until a party.
Halloween party.
Yeah. Who hit up the other one first?
Mutual.
Yeah, it's kind of like just went out to each other. Yeah, that's about it. And then we just kind of hung out after then. Yeah. Last question. When are you guys getting married?
It is on her birthday, actually.
Yeah, next summer, August 26, 22.
Yeah. It's kind of cool because I proposed to her. I was supposed to propose on her birthday, but then stuff kind of got in the way, so it was the day after.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's got the ring right there.
So yeah, that's all the questions. So hope you guys enjoyed. I guess come back for future videos we'll be making with Cope, so you can see her.
Yeah, next video will be Cope's first Easter.
Yeah.
Pretty special.
Different.
Go lay down. Go lay down. Go.